Hello.
Welcome to Everyday Ellis's podcast.
What's up?
Thanks for being here.
We're going to talk about, it's not about the bins, it's about the stuff and hoarding, I suppose, and how I'm so impressed with other cultures. They're just lifestyles where they just travel lean. And a big piece of me is like, well, that's high cost. That means that, when they do activities or when they spend time, right? If they want to play checkers, do they go out and buy a checkers board every time and then get rid of it? Do they sell the checkers board? Or are they washing the same set of clothes 20 times a week? And that's water and gas and, okay, well, all these things, right? Or, okay, well, their kitchen only has one pot. It's like, that's great. Do you only cook one kind of food? Like,
I have great questions. I feel like they're not that lean. And if it's something that is like significant family game night, they keep that one, chessboard.
Where's the balance?
Yeah. That word is not a word in vocabulary for us, balance.
We try, but no, we're not. We tend to lean more.
Yeah.
We tend to lean more.
So recently, we decided to get cabinets in our house. And I think that's really where it kind of started with us for this, like, purge and tidy up more because our lacking system was not working and buying zipper bags for the kids' stuff was not working.
It was a step closer, but just wasn't.
Yeah, it was a slow go there. But the reality is we just have a lot of stuff. We have a lot of stuff with consumerism and childhood and now 2 kids. We have a lot of stuff, and we're working on not just buying the zipper pouches and buying the cute aesthetic bin to hold it, but the not having more than is manageable.
It's hard because on one hand you're like,
Hi,
oh,
love.
good morning.
Hi,
good morning,
love.
baby girl. We're almost there, okay? On one hand, it's like, well, when I was a kid, I grew up with nothing but a wooden train, and it's like, okay, that's great. You're alive, and that allowed you to use your creativity in a lot of other ways, like with dirt. I don't know. I think there's value in children and humans being bored every now and then because it causes introspection and you to work that muscle of being able to calm yourself and actually have silence, which is really important. But at the same time, especially at a young age, like they're just learning stuff. So if they're interested in learning stuff and gross motor, fine motor, how things work, learn, and they want that, is it such a bad thing that, okay, if you want more, give you more. If you want more, give you more. You're done with that toy? I get it. Like, a lot of times I can't do things for more than 15 minutes. I start to think about other things. I'm bored with that thing. I want to go to the next thing. Is that human nature? I don't know. But if they have all these toys and they're still using them, it's like hard to be like, okay, well, let's get rid of that one. Oh, they still pull it out and play with it once a day, once every other day. Well, then they're still learning from it, right?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of, we have sentimental things, especially now with the kids, that I struggle getting rid of, even though they're never going to use it again. It's something that has meaning and memory for me as mom, and, finding a new home for it so that I feel like the memory isn't just, like, gone, and my sadness of that has helped with passing things along and having less to manage by giving it a new home. And then it's also like really considering what do we need to bring into the home that's new and being intentional about purchases we make ourselves and things that we ask when it is time to get, a gift for a birthday and whatnot. And also us being more intentional in our gift giving to others, thinking about kind of that reciprocation for us, like, okay, well, I want to give something that's going to really be meaningful to someone else, so it's not just one more thing for them to manage in their household too. Kind of a whole shift of a mindset of like, do I really need these pants from Costco? Because I kind of have like 4 pairs that look exactly like them already at home, even though they're super soft and it only costs $12.
Yeah.
I don't need it. So one less thing to manage, one less thing to wash, one less thing to put away, or just sit on my bed unput away.
Yeah. I think one of my questions, I think one of my things is when I look at beautifully manicured homes with cabinets and nice pictures and all that, my initial reaction is those people have it figured out. That's where I want to live. That's what I want my house to look like. Yes. Like, take away all my anxiety. I want everything to be like that, and I can sit in there peacefully. But is that actually the healthy way that we as humans are supposed to operate? And where's the gray in the middle, right?
Or how often are those people's homes really like that? We don't know.
Well, that's not the point. But like, let's say it's like that 24/7.
Maybe it is.
Yeah, because if it is, like, for that person, is that the healthiest way? Are they actually spending 99% of their life cleaning, and they're not actually living? They're just cleaning, and at that point, the cleaning is just treating their anxiety levels about other things in their life, and they're not actually living. They're spending too much time, like a stressed out person combing their hair. That's all they're doing. When things are more organized and I get the opportunity to clean, and it feels amazing. I love it. But I also got to live. And which means events and interactions with my family and kids, which means cooking food, which creates dishes, and then the wheel turns. So I think it's maybe a matter of balance, and maybe it never looks like you dream in your mind because you're constantly living in it. But I'll tell you what, being in the fire department, when people call you, they're not planning on calling you. So you're literally just walking into their house as is. And there are some families that I walk in and I'm like, this house is immaculate. You didn't even know we were coming. This is the middle of the day when things were supposed to be going on. And you said you were doing this and this when I asked you what you were doing today. That's a lot of things. And this house is spotless. And there's like, so many people living in it. Or, and so sometimes I look around and I'm like, this house is too clean. There should be something out. And I don't know where the balance is, but I'm going through a phase of like, oof, I want everything in a cabinet and super clean and organized, know where everything is. So yesterday I worked at a station. There's a guy I work with, loves to buy these little organizers for the wall. They stick, right? And whether it's a hook, he loves hooks. They're like a little cup, right? Organizers. And I was in the garage area, the ape of the fire station, and I look around at this one area where the TV remotes and the weights already are, and there's all these little cups, and all the remotes are perfectly placed. And I looked right at it, and I was like, yes. Yes.
That's crazy. Okay, let's wrap this up. So everything's organized so nicely in these little cups, and you are just digging it.
Yeah, and it's one of those, like, it just is. Does it serve any better purpose than the remotes and everything sitting on this little wire tray thing? Not really. Functionality is functionality, but man, it makes me feel good. It's the feeling I get when I look at it. When I go, oh yeah, it's all meant to be right there. That's where it goes. It's clean. It's like it's like looking at a painting and being like, that's beautiful, as opposed to like, oh yeah, this is just where people live.
I think it's also like I noticed at that same station, because we happened to visit you, is there's a less stuff at that specific station. You can tell. It is not overwhelmed with stuff hiding. And that's how it feels sometimes at our house. It's like, well, I'm just going to put this behind here, and then we'll just deal with it later. And then I have this pile here, and I'll just deal with it later. Like, we need less stuff to manage, because it's the managing that causes the overwhelm. It's not the beautiful cup that the remote control now goes in, or the zipper bag that the game is living in instead of the box. it's like, do we need that game anymore? Is that game, serving a purpose?
And then do you get rid of it?
Hold on, please.
Does it go in the garage? Because that's the solution to everything else, right? It's like, oh, well, we're just going to take it down to the garage. It'll go in the garage.
Costco sells those black tubs with the yellow lids for a reason. Oh, somehow we did a thumbs down. Did anybody notice that? This is just a lovely thing that keeps happening with technology.
You come home and you're like, I noticed there's some things on the front patio just sitting there that aren't normally sitting there. Like, what's wrong? Did you want me to? Are they going to? Oh, they're going to go down the garage. Okay.
So, all of this to say, if you are in a season of overwhelm and purging and organizing, we're there ourselves in this season, and we are in the stage of trying to really thoroughly assess if something is adding value to our life and how it's adding value, and do we need a system, and what can we do to keep it organized. And aesthetically, it might look nice in someone else's house, and it looks like garbage in mine because I can't manage it. We have a threshold of things we can manage, and we're figuring out what that threshold is as we go through.
I think our threshold is one t-shirt, one pair of pants. Maybe we can have a clean car. That's it. And we'll just travel the world just like that. But we need like a never-ending flow of money so that we can consume things and then they just go away. They just go away.
Thank you for listening